Alright, let's try this again. I did this video last night, and again, I fucked up pretty bad. Sometimes when I'm stupid and don't check fraps to make sure that I have the record external output enabled, I forget and I start recording and make a whole video, and it doesn't have any of my voiceover on it, so I get really pissed off. But yeah, I'm gonna play some classic Sega game. I'm sure if you played any Sega game you'll recognize. Yeah, I'm gonna play it. Not for very long, maybe like 20 minutes, I don't know. But I'm gonna show you how to beat it in about 5 seconds. 5 minutes. If anybody doesn't know what the hell I just did there, another classic cheat, probably the first cheat code I ever learned and memorized. It's up, down, left, right, A start at the title screen, and as soon as you hear the ring, that's when you press A start after up, down, left, right, and you enable level select, which is pretty cool. So we're gonna beat Sonic the Hedgehog, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about what's been going on, because not too much has been going on. Well, stuff's been going on, it's just like nothing video related, I guess. YouTube related. I don't know if this is still loud enough, but hopefully it's not too loud. Oh my god. I got lucky with that one. I did this last night and it took me like 10 minutes to beat this level, because I had to do the cheat code like 5-6 times because it kept fucking up. And I died here a lot because I wasn't really paying too much attention. But yeah, I guess this is I got a message, a private message from one of my subscribers. His name's Odd Blazer, and he asked me what I've been up to and if I've made any cool videos lately. And I told him that I hadn't, because I was kind of on hiatus. Just after a session I had with Morrowind, because I beat the Morrowind main story, as I've said before, and I started Blood Moon, and I had about oh my god, again. This happened to me. No, what happened? I had about 2 playthrough sessions that I just scrapped because I didn't feel like, well, first time it got scrapped was because I spent about 30-40 minutes just running around doing random shit, and I didn't feel that it was worth the time and the effort to make a whole episode of it, so I just scrapped the idea. And the second time I actually did quite a lot of missions. And sadly enough, that I didn't check and see if Fraps had its recording external hard drive option available on, whatever, and I fucked up. So yeah, that was kind of funny. It's funny now thinking about it, but it just got me so pissed off, and like, I haven't made a video since then. And let's see, what's a good level? Starlight Zone is my favorite level, just because of its music, but I did that one last night, so I don't really feel like doing it again. In Green Hill Zone I've beaten like 50 billion times, so maybe we'll do Spring Yard Zone? I don't know what inspired this level. Some guy tripping out on acid on the city. Just said, like, dude, look at that building. In the sky, it's purple. And there's a hedgehog running around collecting coins. I just came up with the best video game ever. Yeah, but Odd Blazer sent me this private message, and I said, no, I haven't made any videos. And I asked him if he had any video games to suggest, like classic ones, because I'm kind of sick of doing these newer games, like Call of Cthulhu. It's not really new, but it's new in relation to this, you know? Like, 91. 91 against 2002. So, it's fairly new. And, I don't know. I started out playing, like, classical games, so I figured I might as well go back to that. Oh, fuck's sake. I'm losing my rings. Losing my shit. But, yeah, he suggested Sonic, and, fucking, oh shit. Can't get out of this pit. Sonic and Zelda. He suggested, Indiana Jones, and I've never played any of the Indiana Jones movies, so I don't know what to expect from that. I've seen Angry Video Game Nerd's kind of review on them, and from what I gathered, they were shit. At least as far as I can remember. I hope that's what he meant, like the classic Indiana Jones games, but not something like new. Because I'm really not aware of anything new as far as Indiana Jones is concerned. So I just thought to myself, I might as well play a classic game from my childhood, and Sonic was the main one that popped up, and it was the first one on the list, so I figured it was serendipity. And also because I recorded a video like this back in April when I first started, maybe even May, before I moved, and shit. The game's audio was too loud, so I couldn't hear my voice very well. But I said quite a bit of shit. Talked about, like, what my deal is as a person. And stuff, like, why I'm doing this. Just making videos, like why I started. It was mostly because of boredom, and also creative depression. I felt useless, and I don't know. I didn't really feel useless because I wasn't making videos. But I was sad that I hadn't been creative and productive creatively for a while, and so I figured at the time I was watching X's David R64YT, I think is his full YouTube name. He's quite popular. I was watching his Minecraft for the first time, and that was the first time I ever actually saw any Minecraft footage, and that really inspired me. It was just it was so entertaining to watch because I could just kind of like forget the situation I was in and my bullshit and just watch his videos and just have fun, like listening to him have his adventure. And I figured, you know, like a lot of people are doing that, and it seems like a good cathartic experience to watch and to make, like any form of art. And even though I'm not really making this game as I play it, I am playing this game and going through the experience as one does with video games. Like I mentioned before, they're an art just like movies, and they're an experience that you're supposed to experience. And if you want, well, usually what ends up happening is people talk about their video game experiences and have a lot of fun and relate to people. Like, and I just said like there for no reason. Oh, nice. And I figured that I was an experienced enough gamer, and it had been part of my life for long enough that I would start. And also just because, like, I'm pretty introverted, and I don't get a chance to speak my feelings a lot, especially to people, unless I'm close to them, and that's scarce for me. So if I'm talking to, like, an audience, quote end quote, because I know that there's nobody here right now but me and my thoughts, it would be a lot easier for me to get stuff out if I needed. Like, I'm not really one to, like, go to a clinic and talk to somebody. I've only done that once in my entire life, and it was very, how do you put it? It was a great lift off my shoulders. It was very expressive and overdue. And I figured after I do these kind of things and get some of that sentiment out, I feel a little bit lighter. And so this video is for Odd Blazer, and it's also for Tiger Talon 1, who is also a subscriber, and I think he makes videos. I probably watched a few of his videos like a while ago when I first saw him, like first noticed his channel, and back when I had the when I posted the Minecraft Come Play With Me video, he was the first person to request my my IP for the server so that he could come play, and he did, and we had quite a bit of fun. I had fun. I enjoyed showing him around and like I don't know, telling him just to build whatever he wanted, and he actually ended up blowing up a huge chunk of my house because that was before the 1.7 update. So as soon as you lay TNT down, there's no getting rid of it unless you explode it, or make it explode, whatever, detonate it. And he laid it down and was like, "What do I do, man?" And I said, "I don't think we can do anything." So I tried knocking away a piece of wood underneath the TNT, and it wouldn't fall, and consequently I just detonated it and it blew up a piece of my house, and I'm sure he didn't feel good about it, but I kind of laughed. Like, that section was kind of just, it wasn't going to be anything anyway. But I haven't really played on that server that much anymore because I got distracted with my stepbrother his friend has a server, and I've been dicking around on that, as well as I've been trying to help my friend out with his fucking machinima that was supposed to be in production, the actual filming. If anybody's familiar with the film industry, you'll, like, if you take it seriously and professionally, you'll know that the actual shooting, quote-unquote, production stage is the least of your concerns, because before you go, for instance, into if you actually get your stuff together and say, okay, we gotta start filming, without wasting too much time, you'll want a storyboard, you'll want a script, and you'll want all the locations. And we're still in pre-production at this point. I'm in charge of the storyboard, and I have been incredibly lazy with it. I've done voice recording of my character and auxiliary characters, and that's been going fairly well. All we need now is the shots, and you know, it's important to him because, you know, once you put a lot of time and effort into something like that, and then you just see it falling apart, people aren't showing as much enthusiasm, it's very distressful, so I feel kind of guilty for that. So hopefully I can find the ambition to actually fucking get that shit done. And yeah, I've been really lazy on YouTube lately, which is why I haven't got a lot of messages. And when Tiger Talon messaged me, because we negotiated that we would play like an adventure map, I didn't really know what an adventure map was. The only one I'd ever played was a some Castlevania one, which I thought was really cool, and I thought it would be cool to do sort of like a let's play thing with somebody on YouTube. And we concluded that we would do that. He gave me some ideas for an adventure map. Escapecraft was one. Adventure Island, I think, was one, and a couple others which I don't remember because it's been so long in my head. I do not retain information that easily. But Oh fuck, Labyrinth Zone is such a long level. But yeah, he kind of questioned me, like, what the hell happened? And I felt bad. I felt really bad because I don't like blowing people off, and unless it's somebody I don't like, and there's no reason for me not to like this kid, and I don't have any reason to not like him, it's just that I've been lazy with everything in my life, basically. At the moment, I'm just living in the summer, you know, waiting for school, and I don't know, I've got, like, I don't know how to put this. When you've been in solitude for so long and not very confident in any social level, and you get these people coming into your life, it's, at least for me, it's a little odd to deal with, so I've been trying to cope with meeting people and talking to them, and also kind of just not being such a recluse and a turtle. I'm kind of working on getting myself out one-on-one, if that makes any sense. I'm sure my character is fairly obvious when you're listening to my dialogue. I have opinions, I'm highly opinionated, and I'm sure that's insulted at least a few people, but you're never gonna, if you have an opinion, you're never gonna please everybody. So, sorry for that if I've offended anybody in my videos. It's not like I meant it to do it intentionally, it's just how I've been raised and taught and experienced and how I see the world. And if you want to get closer to me, you'll put those beliefs and values and whatever I may demonstrate into perspective, and we can get along just fine. But yeah, Tiger Talon, uh-oh. Oh, for fuck's sake, what is this? That doesn't usually happen. You know what, I'm not even interested in playing this level anyway, so fuck it. Once I check out a few of those adventure maps, I checked out one, it was the Escapecraft, and I didn't really like it. The main reason I didn't like it was because it reminded me of being a Saw character, and I don't really like... Oh fuck, this level's being glitchy too. I don't really like puzzles that much, if they're not obvious. I mean, well, not, you know, like, I like crosswords, I like mazes, and games like Legend of Zelda. Like, the first time you play it, you really wonder, like, what the fuck? Because once you play Zelda more than twice, you kind of get everything. But, yeah, those puzzles kind of fucking weirded me out. I didn't know what to do, so I didn't give that one a thumbs up. I couldn't even play through the very first puzzle without just punching the steel door down. That's how bad I was at it. And it didn't seem like much of an adventure, it seemed more like a chore to get out. Something more free roam. Like I said, I'll check more out, and I'll definitely try to fucking get that together, because I do feel bad. Let's see, what else did I say? Speaking of Zelda, I was kind of contemplating last night while I was talking that I might do a Zelda Let's Play. And you might be skeptical and saying, "Oh, which one? Ocarina of Time?" And I'm gonna go ahead and say no, because that game, above the other N64 games that I did do playthroughs of, that one would definitely seem like a chore, because I've done it so much that it'd just be me playing Zelda through. I don't know all the secrets in Zelda, so I wouldn't be very helpful. So I've decided I'd probably if any, do Majora's Mask. Either that, or I might try the original, because I have played that one, and it is fun. It's just really hard for me, because I was an infant when my older siblings and family members were playing classic Nintendo games, which is why I suck at Mega Man. It's why I suck at most Nintendo games. I didn't really get into games until I was fucking 6 or 7. That's when I started playing Sega a lot. Before that, I would just watch my brother play. Kind of just something we'd do. He'd play video games and I'd watch. We'd rent video games and test them out and stuff. Which makes me think of another game that I could do, which is this sort of Taz. Do you know the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes? Or Merry Melodies, I guess it used to be called. And yeah, there was this Taz game on the Sega Genesis, and I remember when my mom used to drive us to the what do you call it? I don't even know what the store was called anymore. It's a mattress shop now. It's off of Departure Bay. It's in the little fucking mini mall thing between Country Club and Baron's apartment, where the Mac is. Like, anybody who's in Nanaimo, and you know where that is, and you remember the video store that used to be there where the mattress store is now. It's that's where we used to go to get our games. Back when you could rent games, like classic cartridge games. And we used to just browse. Back when you could actually rent VHS. That's how long ago it was for some people who may be that young. I remember the first sorry, I'm just digging through my head, pulling out memories. I remember the first DVD I ever watched was Shrek. It was the first DVD I ever saw. And Shrek came out in what, like 2000, 2001? That was 10 years ago. Oh, fuck, why'd I do that? Yeah, so that was a while ago. Yeah, there's this Taz game that I got my mom to rent like 5 times because I couldn't... We kept on getting dead copies. I would play it, and then the game would die, and I'd say, Mom, do you wanna, like, help me out? And like, by the 5th time, I started feeling really bad because I noticed that my mom was just like, fuck, Jake. Like, god damn it. You know this is time consuming, right? And I was just... That's how young I developed my empathy, I guess. My sympathy, empathy, what have you. Generic feelings for other people and my ability to read them. Seeing all the faces that my mother used to give me. Just shame. But anyway, I might try and find that game. I don't know. It's all up in the air right now. I'm gonna stop doing Blood Moon for a while because I still have all those Morrowinds to put up. And I still have to finish my Call of Cthulhu, which is, it's finished. It's just I haven't put them all up. I'm on 33 right now that are up, and there's like 40 something. 41, I think. And so, after that I'm gonna put up... I'm probably gonna regulate between Morrowind and whatever else I decide to play suddenly. I don't really know. Again, it's up in the air. So, we'll see. Hi, excuse me. Yep. Let's take a major burp. I had high hopes for another game from my childhood. More recent though. It was when I was like 12 or 13 that I discovered this game. It is called Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. I downloaded a copy of that game for PC because when I was over at Lane, or my friend Lane's friend's house, who is also part of the Machinima, and I did some voice recording, I saw that he was playing Knights of the Republic on computer. I said to myself, God damn it, I haven't seen that game in ages. And so I downloaded a copy after I figured out that it was for PC. And it didn't work. I was planning on doing a Let's Play of it because I thought that would be a really cool game to do a Let's Play of. So I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to get a different copy, and hopefully that one will work. The problem with this one is that every time I started it, I guess it would be like the startup screen. It was just a picture of the Ebon Hawk, and it would just stay there. It wouldn't go away until I said, Control-Alt-Delete, bitch, what's up? And it said, program not responding, sorry. So I don't know what the fuck. Shit. Oh, what? Oh, effing spikes, man. I'm back at the beginning. So I'll try to get that up because that's a very nostalgic game for me. I'm trying to think of like moments in my, well, one of the summers where my brother, he was still in high school, came home to visit for like Christmas, I think. He had the game and he was playing through it, and I watched him play it, and we dug through some of my mom's old albums, and he showed me Led Zeppelin. He showed me Cheech and Chong, a few other really good artists that I'd never bothered to listen to. And so I remember the first time I actually really dug Led Zeppelin was him on Kashish in the woods, and yeah, that was when he was playing it. I bought it later for Xbox, and I don't know what happened. I've beaten the second one about 3 or 4 times, and I've never once beaten the first one, so if I could beat the first one, that would be pretty sweet. And also, since it's Star Wars and it's BioWare, the same people who made Mass Effect and Dragon Age, probably made other games, but those are the two at the top of my head that I can think of. Most recent, most popular, I guess. So you can imagine the style of the game. It's a RPG, turn-based, sort of semi-turn-based. It's not like Pokemon or Earthbound. Speaking of Earthbound, I stopped playing that a while ago. I had about like 15 videos worth of me playing it, and I gotta say, last night I thought about starting it up again, but then I thought how uninteresting the action scenes are. And I'm quite an idiot when it comes to those kind of games because I never played it as a kid and I have no idea what to do. So I'd rather not waste time just fucking running around figuring out what to do when I could play a game that's nostalgic and I could actually comment on. I don't know. It's hard to describe, but there's just something about that game that's really neat, except it would take a long time to beat, and it's probably better if you just play it yourself. Other than that, I haven't, like I said, I've been really lazy on YouTube, and I haven't had the motivation to even scrounge through any games and just start playing. I don't know why. I think I just got tired of it for a bit and distracted. But not only did Odd Blazer send me that message, which was inspiring, but today, probably about an hour ago, Anady, I'm not sure, I think he was one of my really old subscribers. He dug Morrowind and Minecraft, and at least I'm pretty sure he was the guy who dug Morrowind. I hope he was. he sent me, he wrote on my wall and said like, "Hey man, what's up? Have you been making any good?" No, that was Odd Blazer. What he said was just, "Hi there, keep up the good work." That's what he said. He said, "Keep up the good work," and that's not a fucking comment I ever thought I'd see. It's pretty cool. Like, what good work am I doing? I'm just being me. And if that's good, then that's about as flattering a compliment I can ever receive. So, that really touched me when I read that. And, I don't know, if there's people out there who are still expecting videos, then, you know, I gotta not only do it for them, but for myself. I mean, other way around, whatever. I was supposed to tell Odd Blazer that I was going to make this video before I actually made it, but that's okay. I guess I'm done playing for now. There's a lot else I could say. It could just be me reminiscing about my childhood and stuff, and actually, you know what? I could probably say a little bit more. I don't feel completely empty yet. I'm completely hollow. I'm just gonna, I mentioned my favorite level, and I just thought that I could do it. Starlight Zone. Commence music. This was, if nobody's ever checked out some of my old videos from back in like 2008. I know it's a while ago, huh? Like 3 years, Jesus. For some of you, it's probably seemed like a long time. But for me, it's just 1 year out of high school and 2 years, like grade 11. Grade 11, no, probably grade 10, I made those videos. Yeah, grade 10. So it was 3 years. Yeah. I used this music for the credits for my video Waffle, which was inspired by my favorite breakfast at the time, which was waffles. A simple video about a kid home alone on a weekend, just wanted to make some waffles. And yeah, just scrounging for breakfast, and I said, "Oh, I'll make some waffles." So he starts making some waffles. And anybody who's ever, well, I guess I can't tell you that. The climax of the whole thing, it's a pretty pointless video. Like, there's, the only lesson ever learnt is that you should watch and pay attention while you're cooking, which is a pretty valuable lesson in itself. However, the way that I kind of demonstrate it is pretty silly. The character, in rage, destroys his breakfast and flushes it down the toilet because he's so aggravated that his breakfast is ruined. And if anybody who's ever like woken up kind of early and is just like, well, not even but like, you know, those mornings where you're kind of on edge and you just hope that the day goes well, and then your morning turns out to be shit. Like your coffee's burnt, or your toast is burnt, or your waffles are burnt, wink wink, and it just ruins the rest of your day, or like you missed the bus on your way to work or school. I guess it could reflect one of those too, if you choose to look at it that way. I just kind of like pulled that analogy out of my ass, but that's the beauty of art. Yeah, I used this music for the credits on that video. I kind of just like talked about it for so long. I can't believe I talked about it. But yeah, if you haven't seen any of those videos, I kind of recommend that you check them out, because it'd be nice to watch them, or to get any feedback at all, because I posted them on Facebook, and a lot of my friends laughed. But that was a long time ago, so... And, you know, with friends, you can't tell if they're laughing, or if they're like laughing with you or laughing at you, like, dude, you should get a life or something, or how could you come up with something so stupid? I don't know. Sometimes I'm worried about that, but it used to be a lot more prominent. Now I'm kind of just like, I'm trying really hard not to give a shit when it comes to negative responses, unless it's constructive criticism, which a lot of the times it isn't. A lot of the times it's just verbal abuse and assault. I don't know. That's how some people operate, and it's pretty sad. But you can't please everybody, so you gotta please yourself, as some cowboy wrote once, probably. Yeah. Oh shit, oh shit. Okay. And so, yeah, there's the waffle video. I was gonna talk about something completely different. I was gonna talk about my history with this game. I've mentioned that when we were kids, me and my brother, the only system console that we had was at our disposal was our computer. And back in the 90s, most computer games were shit, and ours wasn't like a high-end. It was my mom's college computer that she used to write letters and essays and papers and stuff. So it didn't have the best setup, but we used to play games on it nonetheless, like kid games that my mom bought us, like Magic School Bus. That was pretty fun. And we had a Sega Genesis. And the first game, and like the only game we owned for so long, was this 6-pack sort of deal. It came with Sonic the Hedgehog, the first one. It came with, what else did it come with? Streets of Rage. Kind of like a Double Dragon, except 16 bits. And there's 3 different characters you get to choose from. There was Golden Axe, there was Columns, which was a ripoff of Tetris. Golden Axe was like this side-scroll beat-em-up, except sort of medieval, mythical, fantasy realm sort of thing. You fight evil skeletons. It's like Gauntlet, except not an RPG. And how many is that? 4? Yeah, I got 4. There was this bike racing game, which wasn't really a racing game. It was just like you ride down a track. It was like an old racing arcade game, except you were on a bike. If that makes any sense. And that's 5. The last one was Revenge of Shinobi, which was the sequel to the Shinobi game, which was side-scrolling adventure ninja game. It was pretty sweet. The only game out of those I ever beat alone was this game. And me and my brother used to play the 2-player games a lot, like Streets of Rage, Golden Axe. Had lots of fun doing that. And yeah, pretty much just played that for years until we got Sonic 2, and then we definitely rocked it out 2-player. I was always Tails, and I was always lagging behind and shit, and not really helping out anything. I was just kind of like, I like to see that my character was on the same screen as my brother's. I don't know. Alright, we're at the boss now. Oh, are you kidding? Oh, man. Something I'd like to do again would be to play Star Fox again. Maybe go through the alternative tracks. But the thing is, with that game I've mentioned, like, I really like freaking out when I'm playing that game, because it's so fast-paced, and it's like the most exciting N64 game I've ever seen. It's such an adrenaline rush, and I love talking in that Irish accent. And like, the only reason I haven't started those tracks was because I don't know. I prefer to be alone and making sure that I don't like freak out the people I live with, my grandparents. And like, I guess I could, but they'll wonder what the hell I'm doing, because I'd scream pretty loud. So anyway, yeah, maybe I'll pull out. Oh shit, I gotta rethink. Yeah, so Tiger Talon, adventure map, I'll look for one of those. Thank you, Oddblazer, for recommending this video, game, whatever. I will try to get Knights of the Republic working, and if not, I'll just choose a classic Sega Genesis game, and Zelda is still on my mind, so if Knights of the Republic doesn't work out, I'll do Zelda. So, yeah, go watch my older videos. It's in the drama, tragedy, comedy section. Most video game nerds will appreciate Pixel for what it is, and yeah, I hope you like it. And fare thee well.